Hello, thank you for joining me. Today we will be watching The Lord of Frenzied Flame, an Elden Ring movie by VaatiVidya. This is a Prepare to Cry series, so I think it's gonna be cinematic and emotional, and I'm very excited for it. This is a must for me because I got this ending, and I again think that I have a general idea of the Frenzied Flame, where it originates from, the Shabriri, the merchants. I definitely know some things, but I know that Vaati is gonna surprise me as he always does. But yeah, I'm very excited to watch this, so let's get into it.
The lands between are ruined, mired in torment and despair. Is there really anything here worth fighting for? Is there anyone worth saving?
Hello? Is somebody there? My name is Irina. I've escaped from Castle Morn, to the south. My good father secreted me out the castle, but decided himself to stay. He says it's his duty. As commander, the servants there have rebelled.
To be honest, I think when I first got to the Castle Morn, I obviously did not know about the omens, the misbegotten. I saw them as monsters, definitely, because I didn't know their fate. I didn't know why they would turn against the people and like what really happened with them. And now that I know more about the lore and about like Marika even, everything makes so much more sense, and I definitely don't see them as monsters anymore. And it's kind of cruel to say that, but the people, they just got what was coming for them. Like, I mean, they enslaved the misbegotten, treated them like trash probably, and then they decided to rebel. It's like the oldest story in the book.
Filled with hatred for every one of us. They've since come for every one of the companions I escaped with. They haven't spared a soul. I fear for father's life, and my soul wishes that he escape.
The slaves of Castle Morn are misbegotten. Their very existence is considered to be a punishment. But their only crime was being born outside of grace. So it's no wonder that hatred has fermented in their hearts, inspiring them to finally break free of their masters. The next step in a cycle of revenge.
It's so cinematic.
That began at Castle Morn long ago.
I see. From Irina. Thank you. I'm in your debt, but I can't leave yet. Even if the castle should fall, as commander, I must remain to ensure the treasured Sword of Morn does not fall into the wrong hands.
Ages ago, a lone champion fought at Castle Morn.
Leonin.
His entire clan had been vanquished, but he grafted their swords onto his own and continued to fight. So determined was he to claim his revenge. And so, this became the legendary sword of Castle Morn. It was claimed by the banished knights of Godric, stolen by a misbegotten, and then passed down to you. And with it, the cycle of revenge continues. An eye for an eye.
I'm in your debt for keeping the sword from those fallen creatures.
Oh, we never got to see that. There's no cutscene like that, is
Once
there?
I've rescued Irina, I will spend my remaining days with her.
So cool. Frenzy.
Irina, how could this be? My daughter deserved better. The fault lies with me. I chose duty over my daughter's safety. And that is how fate has answered. I'll find them. The foul wretches responsible for this. I'll hunt them down and exterminate every last one of them. Rest assured.
I definitely found him. I definitely went to this shack, but I did not recognize him. And I think that it took away like the experience was different because I didn't realize that it was Irina's father back then. I don't remember if I realized it later. Maybe it was told in the comments. But yeah, this is such a good questline.
Arena, it will be done.
You're a tarnished. I can see it. And I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not purchase a little something?
Oh, so he's got yellow eyes, right? So that's the frenzied flame inside him. I never noticed that. Even after finding out the truth about the merchants, I don't think I've ever noticed their eyes, like outside that place where they were imprisoned. The merchants lore is one of the most interesting for me, and I loved to learn more about it. And it was always very sad because they were the way they were named, nomadic, imprisoned, abandoned, isolated as well. It was just so sad, especially the one that it was imprisoned in the Moke's area, like not Moke's palace, but well, you remember the area. There was one that was imprisoned there. It was so sad to see him.
I am Kale, purveyor of fine goods. I am of a nomadic people, selling wares as I travel. The land has been tainted by madness since the shattering of the Elden Ring. It's only tarnished like yourself, who keep things from drying up entirely. Let's say you're a very welcome customer.
I'm just... Why did Vaati choose this look for the video? Why that helmet? Why the shackle on the hand? Why this? I don't really understand. It looks cool, obviously. But I don't understand the choice.
There are others of my people who yet survive in
That's
these
the one.
lands.
The
If
imprisoned
the mood
one.
takes you when you meet one, then offer them some trade, won't you? My people, wanderers all have long been spurned by the grace of gold, which is why we cannot settle, but instead are forced into this pitiful, unceasing journey. But thanks to that, things are not so different for us now. I think this makes us kindred spirits of sorts. Your people, the Tarnished, and mine. See that no harm comes to my kin. We have a saying, we wanderers, lament not your solitude. Expect no sympathy, no regard, nothing. But if anyone dares harm us, show them no mercy. That is our code, so to speak.
Okay, I never tried to attack any of them. I kind of want to launch the game and try now, but do they attack you with the Frenzied Flame spells? Probably, right? The way he moves his hat, damn, that's very cool. And I never noticed, because I never even thought about harming them. I always really liked them.
Deeply unforgiving.
Deep within the eyes of the oldest merchants,
That's really cool.
a secret is hidden. Deeply unforgiving indeed.
But I've done all I can here. I'm thinking of moving elsewhere for a time.
He never moved.
So far, we've spoken of misbegotten, banished knights, tarnished, and merchants. All were spurned by grace in one way or another. You can't go too far without wondering if the Golden Order is to blame for the oceans of anger and despair.
Most certainly.
When we last met Edgar, he swore revenge upon the misbegotten.
That's so
But now,
cool.
all must die, misbegotten or not. And if you defeat Edgar, you will receive a Shabriri grape. It's our proof that his need for revenge no longer divides or distinguishes. Love, revenge, melt it all away in the yellow chaos flame.
Oh, God, I love it. This was so
But there are
good.
those who fight against the tarnished, who stalk their own.
Yura.
Yura, the hunter of bloody fingers, will often be at your side. Yura comes from the land of reeds,
Wow.
a place that has long been locked in a miserable civil war.
Nereus.
And it's said that the entire nation has succumbed to a blood-soaked madness. It's not
Okay, watching this, all I want to do now is play the game and constantly just summon people. I feel like the experience is so much different, and you can feel the lore, the story in a different way when you actually use the help, when you summon these people and you let them do their thing, right? Yura was a great character too, but I don't think I understood him. Like, I know that he was hunting all these bloodthirsty people, and he was very against the dragon incantations, like, and just like consuming the dragon hearts. And then his ultimate goal was to hunt down Eleonora. I don't remember what was so special about her, to be honest. Maybe she also had like some dragon incantations, so maybe she was like succumbing to that hunger. And I think Yura mentioned that if someone eats too many of those hearts, they might become monsters themselves.
It's surprising then that Yura fights against any blood-crazed tarnished, whether they serve the Lord of Blood or otherwise. But Yura's true mark is a Drake Knight named Eleonora, located at the Second Church of Marika, where she kills Yura in cold blood. Once, Eleonora had a legacy as a proud knight.
Drake
because
armor.
of her dragon communion,
Yes.
it seems her humanity has slipped away. So, you put that legacy to rest.
And you get a
By
cool
now,
weapon.
it should be clear that madness takes many forms.
Hello? Is someone there? My name is Hayata.
Okay,
And I'm
okay, so I have been wondering about this. Is this a coincidence? Is this something that the Frenzied Flame, like the Three Fingers, had planned? Maybe this was the Three Fingers' way to manipulate us because they saw that we are kind, you know, because we tried to help Irina and her father, and the Three Fingers might have thought, okay, we're gonna use that against this tarnished, and we're just gonna send another girl that looks exactly like Irina, and the tarnished will definitely want to help her. But I'm not too sure about this because maybe this was just like a destined thing, I don't know. But I'm not too sure about this because it seems that Hayata is still her own person, and because like when we feed her the grapes, but then we can tell her that these are actually eyes, and she is appalled by that. She is, I remember her retching and being horrified by that fact, and that makes me think that maybe she was not something that the Three Fingers designed, but maybe in a way, I don't know, maybe only her appearance. But I still think that like the Three Fingers sending Hayata that looked like Irina, and then also Shabriri taking over Yura's body, that's to manipulate us. That's for us to feel attachment, right?
Journeying in search of the distant light. If I might be so bold as to ask, would you donate any Shabriri grapes in your possession to me?
She looks like Irina, but Irina is dead. Somehow, this Hayata has taken over that body. But for what purpose? She barely even knows herself.
I can feel a distant light in the back of my eyes. It will lead me to my true duty as a finger maiden. You're not like the others who give me grapes, are you? They rest their trembling hands upon me. Howling wordlessly, they gently stroke my eyes. Their frail fingers, emaciated.
Sounds awful.
Yet still, they give me the grapes. But you seem somehow firmer. Now I can feel the distant light once more. That aside, I wonder what Shabriri grapes really are. Delectably tender and sweet, yet searing.
That was such a tough decision for me because like telling her felt so awful, but keeping it a secret also felt awful. I don't know, but when she was retching, I actually thought that she's gonna, I don't know, maybe even kill herself because of it. I obviously didn't know that she is meant to do way greater things than just killing herself. But yeah, that was horrible. That was a horrible thing.
What a sight they must be to behold.
Of course, the Shabriri grapes are eyes. Yellow, shriveled, and oozing.
That's not possible. Not all of those people. Their own... So those noises I heard were...
This. And this.
Shabriri, the most reviled man in all of history. It all began long ago with the crime of slander.
I wonder how it ties to the merchants though, because I never understood that. Like, I understand like these stories as being separate, like Shabriri. It all started with him. The Frenzied Flame started with him. How are they connected with Shabriri, if they are?
Shabriri came up with a lie, and it was so damaging, so heinous, that his eyes were gouged out as a punishment when that lie was proven to be false. We can't be sure of what was said, but what if Shabriri slandered the nomadic merchants? What if, with a crooked smile, he accused them of the very crime he himself was guilty of, saying that they had fraternized with the Three Fingers and were not to be trusted? This would explain.
Look at that face. Looks so creepy. Different eyes. Wow.
Why the nomadic merchants came to be so hated. It is said, after all, that the sickness of the Flame of Frenzy began with Shabriri. And after his eyes were gouged out, the blight of the Flame of Frenzy came to dwell in his empty sockets. Yellow eyes became known as Shabriri grapes, and Frenzy started to infect the despairing world. A madness that belongs to those who have lost everything.
That looks so good.
Ah, by the way, well, even we had a place to call home once. The Great Caravan, they called it. But it's been lost to us for ages. I've been searching for it as long as I can remember. And with a name like that, you'd hope they kept some fine goods there, eh? I've always preferred my own company to that of other people's.
Okay, well, now he is in a different location, but he never moves actually. And I don't even remember saying all these things. So maybe Kali had a quest line that I have missed, because he definitely didn't move. And I don't remember any of this conversation.
And I don't have any burning questions I wish to ask my ancestors. But there's something I need to know. My roots. I want to know who I am, where I came from, where I'm headed. I hope you can join me at the Great Caravan, in fact. Who knows what wonders there might be to trade.
If Shabriri
This
did indeed
place.
slay the merchants, then he knew exactly what their despair might bring.
This horrible place.
Is that you over there? I've gleaned something very important indeed, thanks to you. The reason why it was eyes I had to eat. The distant light is far and frail, so faint it can't be seen by the naked eye. But with everyone's eyes together, it appears. Finally, it all makes sense. I'm certain now. I will be a finger maiden. Could you donate a fingerprint grape to me? They're special grapes which only grow on those who've been clasped by the burnt fingers.
We only know of one other who was clasped in such a manner.
Vike.
His name was Vike, the Dragon Spear.
That's
After
so
the
good.
war with the ancient dragons, there came the rise of the dragon cultists, who earned the dragon's affection. One of the most beloved was Vike the Dragon Spear, a tarnished descended from Godfrey, who eventually returned from across the sea.
He was descended from Godfrey. I did not know this detail. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I don't remember, but wow. No wonder he's so cool. and strong.
join the Round Table Hold in hopes of becoming Elden Lord. To this end, Vike was assigned a Finger Maiden and acquired the power of 2 great runes. But when he stood before the thorns of the
Oh
oak
yeah,
tree,
it's because you only need 2 great runes to even basically finish the game, right? His story is also just so sad, the way he refused to sacrifice his maiden. I love that.
he realized the truth, that a maiden's true purpose is to burn the thorns for the one who would become Elden Lord. And whether it was born of love or duty, Vike refused to burn his maiden, for the whisperings of Shabriri had told him of another flame. A flame of frenzy hidden deep below the capital that could burn the thorns away. But when Vike returned,
Okay.
his maiden was dead. Did she commit suicide after betraying her purpose, or was Vike captured?
So that's Vike's maiden? Wow, that is so good. The story is so tragic though. He went on with this quest, listened to Shabriri just to avoid his maiden getting killed, but she died anyway. That's so sad. That's so sad.
Punished for his treason.
And then he
Whatever
was in
the case,
prison.
now Vike's vengeful spirit defends the dead maiden at the Church of Inhibition,
Oh,
while the real Vike kneels imprisoned in an Everjail deep within the Forbidden Lands, clad in armor clasped by 3 burnt fingers. This is all that remains of the contender that was supposed to become Elden Lord.
this is so epic. I love this. Red versus blue. Eleanor's full blade. Oh my god. I can't, guys, this is so epic. The music. Out of potions. Too bad, Mike. This was so good. This is so good. I don't even have words for this. The music, and I love that the fight was so long. It showed how difficult it actually was, and all the spells and the Frenzied Flame, the Tarnish shooting the Frenzied Flame back at him, and then all the dragon incantations, even the boulder that the Tarnish threw at Vike. It's just so epic. And now the Tarnish is wearing Vike's armor. That was just the best thing I've ever seen.
Finally, we meet the Tarnished, who would be Lord. Oh my, why the long face? I fear that you were previously acquainted with this vessel.
That's
Well,
cruel.
That is most unfortunate, for he is dead. As for his flesh, he gave it to me.
I don't think that this is true. Like, he is a liar, right? I don't think we can believe him. I think he just took over this body, and he took over this body because he knew that it would affect us. He's definitely a liar, but I love the different approach of this. Like, Shabriri is so manipulative that he is playing a very strong card, saying that you can save your maiden, you can save Melina if you just choose to accept the Frenzied Flame, and you can just sacrifice yourself instead of Melina. But it's still so horrible because in the end you're saving Melina, but then with this ending you're burning the whole world down, so she dies anyway.
Shabriri, I hope you can make your peace with that. You are about to sacrifice something precious, the life of a fair maiden, that you would toss into the fiery forge, only so that you may be Lord. What a horrible thing to ponder. Your ascendancy requires her sacrifice, whether she wishes it or not. But how would the Lord, crowned so, be looked upon? Chosen Tarnished and would-be Lord, dare to tread the path of true rigor. Spare the poor girl and singe your own flesh in her stead. If you are prepared to show resolve and attain lordship through righteous hardship, then heed the words of I, Shabriri.
Shocking.
Chosen Tarnished and would-be Lord, descend into the depths far below the Erdtree capital. Seek audience with the three fingers and the flame of frenzy. If you inherit the flame of frenzy, your flesh will serve as kindling.
This was
Burn
awesome.
the Erdtree to the ground and incinerate all that divides and distinguishes. Ah, may chaos take the world. May chaos take the world.
His composure slipped there.
Is chaos incarnate. I cannot die. May chaos take the world.
Is this to insinuate that Shabriri takes over? I wonder, like, when he said that I cannot die, does that mean that he cannot accept that he is dying, or does that mean that he is just gonna take over another body and that's it? Because I think that that's actually the case. I didn't get this conversation.
If you intend to claim the frenzied flame, I
But I
ask
know
that
of it.
you cease. It is not to be meddled with. It is chaos, devouring life and thought unending. However ruined this world has become, however mired in torment and despair, life endures. Births continue. There is beauty in that. Is there not? If you would become Lord, do not deny this notion.
To be honest, I think even if I heard Melina say that, I think that Hayata's words would still affect me more. I just remember her words like sitting heavy on me when she said, and even like with Renala, she is birthing frail bodies, frail people that die anyway, that cannot even survive. And I don't know, I think that in a way Hayata is right. Like the world is broken. There's nothing right about it. There's just like curses and sins and afflictions and all that, and burning it all away, melting everything down. And her last line, like, no more fractures, no more births. I don't know. I think that those words still affect me more than Melena's.
Leave the frenzied flame alone.
Even though it sounds hopeless.
And maybe you would have left it alone, were it not for the horrors that you found down there.
And that. This music was beautiful.
Did you see what they did to my ancestors?
This is not in the game. How did I miss this?
The whole clan buried alive, sick, maddened, husks of themselves. Have you heard their moans? They're hardly human anymore. They think we worship the three fingers, that we called the maddening sickness down upon them. Well, if that's what they expect from us, then that's what they shall get from us! The world of grace and its people should have been content to see us sink between the cracks, but to have intruded upon our solace, having broken us upon their whims? I'll never forgive any of you. We won't be trading any longer. Wait. What's that? That burn. Your eyes.
This was not in the game, and I feel so mad about it.
Unknown warrior. Divest yourself of everything. Our three fingers. Throw wide the door. Ah, that's it. The yellow flame of chaos. Please. A frenzied flame to melt away the curses, suffering, and despair. And the order entire. Melt away the curses, suffering, despair. And the order entire. May chaos take the world. May chaos take the world.
Oh, it burns. My eyes. They're melting. Thank you. I have touched them. The words of the three fingers. As your maiden, allow me to divine them. All that there is came from the one great. Then came fractures and births. and souls. But the greater will made a mistake. Torment, despair, affliction, every sin, every curse, every one born of the mistake. And so, what was borrowed must be returned, melted all away with the yellow chaos flame, until all is one again. Those who gave me grace howled without words, saying they wished they were never born. Become their lord, take their torment, despair, their affliction, every sin, every curse, and melt it all away. As the Lord of Chaos, no more fractures, no more birth.
And so it is that an eye.
Oh my god, I didn't dare to stop. This was so good. I honestly just have no words. I love the Vikes fight a lot, but this was everything. This was everything, and it just made me fall in love with this ending, with the story more. I'm very confused about Callie because he was not there. This never happened, and I'm sure that you would have told me if I missed that, and no one said a thing, so maybe it was cut content, or maybe people just didn't tell me, I don't know, but this was so epic, so cinematic, and so beautiful, and heartbreaking, so heartbreaking, and the change in appearance as well in the video of the main character was so fitting and so perfect. I loved it. I'm gonna rewatch this. Definitely.
Leaves the whole world blind.
You have inherited the frenzied flame. A pity. Our accord ends here.
It's hard for me to imagine that another ending could be as epic as this. I mean, look at it. The whole story. The cutscenes. Extraordinary. This scene, fingerprints on everything. The whole world touched by the three fingers, melting away. But maybe this ending is not necessarily bad. What if, like, melting everything away? Maybe it means a new start, maybe something similar to the primordial life when everything was one again. So maybe that just means like going back to that. A little hope in all of this. I do love that. It's so tragic though. Alright, Melnos does survive this. Somehow. Torrent's ring. I forgot about this little cutscene at the end.
Lord of frenzied flame. I will seek you as far as you may
How does she survive though?
to deliver you what is yours.
What does that really mean? What is she? Is there a video explaining what she is? Why she is like that? How come she survived all this? Like what's up with her eyes? I'm gonna search for more videos on her.
Destined death.
Thank you for watching. If you want to get early access to more videos like this, then you can consider signing up to my Patreon. The money from there helped me to invest really heavily into this episode. For example, the music that you heard during the Kale scene was completely custom made just for this video. It was commissioned from the hugely talented Alex.
Wow.
I wanted to take the merchant violin that you hear in game and then evolve it into its own soundtrack, and Alex did this great job at creating a song that really elevated the mood of this Prepare to Cry episode. And of course, this episode wouldn't be half as good also without the efforts of Miss Pap1, who came up with the visuals and the editing ideas for this episode, and he just inspired so much of the story here, so be sure to give them props in the comments as well. Special thanks also to Sekiro Dubi for showing off Kale's cut questline, which served as inspiration for this episode as well. And thanks in general to
why would they
all the
cut out something as epic as this? I don't understand. Why did this not make it into the game? Why?
And the hackers who give us the tools that we need to properly tell the stories of Elden Ring. And again, thank you for watching. I'll try to do a shorter Prepare to Cry episode next time, I think. And I'll see you then.
Don't. Oh my god. Oh my god, this was so good. I have no words. I don't even know how to describe this. I knew that this is gonna be good because it's Vaati. This is Prepare to Cry episode. I knew it's gonna be good, but I never expected that it's gonna be that good. I just want to instantly rewatch it again a million times. I loved it. The way it was edited, magnificent. The way the stories were told, amazing. This cut content that they put in, also, I'm so mad that this was not in the game. The custom made music, the characters, oh my god, how many times did they have to refilm things? Even the ending, we saw ending with one character, then there was the same cutscene with another character. It was just so thought out and so wholesome and so perfect, and I love it. I love this ending. I love this story. I love the story of the merchants, of Irina and her dad Edgar, and the Frenzied Flame. Even the asshole Shabriri, I think that he is still a great character. We need assholes like him or Patches to make the things more interesting, obviously. But yeah, I don't think that he is dead. Like, I don't think that he can actually die. He is basically what Elden Beast is for the Two Fingers, the Greater Will, maybe. I am so happy that I watched this. I'm so happy that I got to share this with you and that you requested this video. Thank you for joining me for this amazing experience. I had the best time. I couldn't even pause. I did not want to ruin that last segment, that last magnificent editing. It's a piece of art and I loved it so much. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me and I'll see you in the next one.